This week on Tribe Talk, we take a look at the new turtle hospital, the controversy over our mascot, and the new ban on Folly Beach.
Hey Wando, welcome to your favorite school news show, Tribe Talk. I'm Jenna Solkowski.
And I'm Tommy Fairbairn. Now, they say you are what you eat, but just how true is this age-old statement?
Caroline Cox hit the streets to find out the answer.
Mashed potatoes, tater tots, and hash browns are some of the many ways potatoes can be eaten. We hit the streets of Wando to ask students if they were a potato, which version they would be. All right, so if you could be a potato, right, what kind of a potato would you be and why?
Are you like talking about how the potato's prepared?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. I would definitely be a twice baked potato, like fully loaded with bacon, probably chives, sour cream, lots of cheese, stuff like that, because they are by far the best kind of potato there is.
A French fry, because they're tasty.
A sweet potato. Yeah, sweet potato.
Do you know why though?
I don't know, because they're sweet.
I would be a sweet potato, just because they're good.
I'd be a cheesy potato because I'm all about my mozzarella.
I'd be a sweet potato because, I'm a sweet girl.
I don't know. I mean, I'd be one of those like little miniature potatoes because I'm pretty small, and they're really cool.
You've seen the Sertoma feathers, heard the Indian cry at athletic events, and you know our logo like the back of your hand. But have you ever looked beyond the face of our warrior?
The controversy surrounding our mascot has been an exponentially growing topic of discussion over the past few years. Connor Griffin reports.
Throughout the years, specific elements of Native American culture have been used in our society, especially when it comes to mascots in sports teams and in schools. Now, lots of people don't have a problem with it, while others definitely do take offense. Regardless of what your stance is, the bottom line is that this is a prime example of cultural appropriation.
Cultural appropriation, well, the way I would define it is pretty much taking an aspect of another culture and try to use it for your own benefit. And in the process, of course, you present a distorted image of the culture of origin.
It's offensive to me because we meaning like our society in America, we don't do this, we don't depict any other ethnic group as a mascot. No one else is on a uniform, or no one else's caricatures on a helmet.
And the reason why it's going to continue is because there's a lot of money involved. What's going to happen if we change the symbol of the team, or is that going to affect the market, the money we're going to be making? And I think that's the big problem in some way.
Due to the controversy surrounding their team names, franchises like the Cleveland Indians and the Atlanta Braves have switched their logos. The NCAA has also banned teams with Native American mascots from postseason play, with a few exceptions. With these new developments, some people in the community have begun to take a second look at Wando's own mascot.
You have terms Indian, Native American, all those things. We don't try to put it into that category as much as just the idea of what it means to be a warrior, which is kind of in a lot of ways, like a soldier. And even if you look in the agenda and you read what it means to be a warrior, it's not in any way a degrading or anything else. It's about really what it means to stand up and be strong in something.
I don't think that we should change the warrior mascot. I think we should change our depiction of the warrior. A warrior is fine. A warrior is a fighter. A warrior is strong. A warrior is relentless. That's Wando. But our depiction, our Native American drawing on the front of our agenda last year, it's not an accurate depiction. It's a stereotype that we're feeding to our students instead of we're a school. We should be dispelling stereotypes. We're feeding into it. We're not helping.
This has been Connor Griffin reporting for Tribe Talk.
Just last week, a brand new hospital opened its doors right off Concord Street in downtown Charleston.
But if you need medical attention, I wouldn't recommend going to this one.
Valerie Hewen checks in to our city's newest aquatic animal center.
The South Carolina Aquarium is a popular attraction for locals and tourists everywhere. On September 21st, they held a groundbreaking ceremony for the expansion of a new turtle hospital.
Well, what we have now is a small hospital, and we're actually very limited with our capacity. So part of what we're trying to do is to increase the capacity of our sea turtle rescue efforts and also be able to bring them up to where every one of the aquarium's visitors can get an opportunity to see them. Right now it's an add-on, and we're limited to the number of people that we can bring into the existing Sea Turtle Hospital space. In bringing the new Sea Turtle Recovery Center up to the exhibit floor, we'll have the opportunity to showcase these efforts and to help teach people about the importance of trying to save the sea turtles.
With these additional 7 tanks, we will have 20 filter tanks in which we can house sick and injured turtles. So we will be one of the largest facilities on the East Coast with this recovery area.
And this has really been a community effort. We have a lot of passionate and committed staff members and volunteers, as well as folks up and down the coast that care deeply about sea turtles and want to see something done about it so that they're around for hundreds of millions of years to come. So this exhibit alone cost $5 million. The money's already been raised, I'm pleased to say. $2.5 million came from the Zucker family, who have been generous to the aquarium throughout the years. And they challenged the community to step up and match that generosity, and I'm pleased to say that the community did exactly that. So we have the money raised, that's why we're breaking ground today, and we'll be opening this next May.
For more information on the Zucker family sea turtle recovery, visit scaquarium.org. This has been Valerie Hewen reporting.
It's essentially a gay-straight alliance, but it's more than that.
It's a completely safe space, so if you're not out to anyone, you can be out in Spectrum.
Our meetings are geared towards education and support.
We're just there for anyone to come learn what we're about, and if it's for you, then you can come back.
Currently, we have meetings every Thursday, and then after September, it will move to every other Thursday in L202 with Mr. Katurkis, and the way that you join, you just show up.
Last year, I was going through some real heavy stuff, and I just needed people to talk to, and there were plenty of people there. The sponsors can talk to you, any of the people who have been going there long enough can talk to you, and even new people can just lend a hand.
My experience at Wando I didn't feel welcome in many places. But then I found Spectrum.
This week on The Rewind, we take a look at Spirit Week, the pep rally, the homecoming game, and homecoming dance. From September 19th to September 23rd, students showed their school spirit by dressing up for Spirit Week. Monday was America Day, Tuesday was Tacky Tourist Day, Wednesday was Obsessive Fan Day, Thursday was Denim Day, and Friday was Blackout. Friday, the 23rd, a pep rally was held in the gym to get students excited for the game later that evening. Wando went on to defeat Stratford High 28-14. Congratulations to Trey Smith and Natasha Robinson for winning Homecoming, King, and Queen. And then, students finished off the night with a homecoming dance. This has been Blake Ellis, reporting for Tribe Talk.
Living in Charleston, some of my favorite memories have been spent at the beach.
But with the end of summer comes the beginning of new rules. A local beach town has enacted a new set of laws that will affect beachgoers in the following years.
Nick Richardson dives in.
While litter in the Low Country is becoming a growing problem, the city of Folly Beach is taking some baby steps towards a bigger difference.
Well, first is two separate ordinances. One, the first ordinance that was passed completely, it just bans the retailers from distributing single-use plastic bags or styrofoam coolers or styrofoam cups or to-go boxes, like food to-go boxes. So now they're all going to have to go to some kind of paper type carry-out products. The second ordinance, we had two city council people that didn't think the first one went far enough. They banned the use of plastic bags, single-use plastic bags, styrofoam containers of any kind, a cooler or carry-out, on the beach proper. The second ordinance has one more reading in October.
I think it's a great thing. The big issue is debris that gets into the marine environment from styrofoam and plastics. When it gets into the environment, animals ingest that and it blocks their digestive tract and kills them. And then a secondary problem that we're now finding is that plastic never goes away. It just breaks down into smaller particles. Actually, last year, some of my students went down to IOP Beach and we did a sampling of plastics, what are called microplastics, tiny plastic particles that come from larger pieces of plastics that have been broken down. And we found plastics in every sample on the beach that we took, and we took over 30 samples.
So if they see you on the beach with a styrofoam cooler, they'll approach you and say, you know, this is against the laws of Folly Beach, so you have to remove the cooler from the beach. And if you comply at that time, I'm sure you'll just get a warning, don't do it again. But if you don't comply, then they have a tool to use to go further.
It's going to make people more aware of their actions, because it sounds kind of unusual to not be able to bring a styrofoam cup to the beach. To actually make that illegal will make people think about the everyday decisions that they make.
We definitely need to look out for our environment, for your generation and the ones to follow.
This has been Nick Richardson reporting for Tribe Talk.
Imagine the stress of taking multiple AP classes here at Wando.
Now, imagine adding a part-time job on top of that.
Now imagine turning that part-time job into a business that you are the sole owner of.
For one Wando senior, all of this happens to be a reality. Violet West cuts into the story.
Senior Lucas Greenway has always been very creative and intuitive. In March of 2016, he began his own business creating and selling handmade cutting boards, appropriately named Charleston Cutlery. Since the beginning of his business, he has sold to many throughout the Lowcountry.
Well, with Lucas, he enjoyed cooking. That's kind of how it started. I think because he would come home from school starving, and so he would just start making himself something to eat. So he was looking for something that was on the same basis of cooking, but yet a little bit different because he could actually start a business with it.
My dad has been a huge help in this. He's taught me what type of wood looks good with others, what to look for when looking for high quality lumber.
I think his creativity and his imagination for those things have allowed him to really have his product stand out and be separate, because he's not really targeting, somebody just going into Walmart to get a, $10 or $15 cutting board. He wants something that's more of a nice thing to have in your home if you really enjoy cooking.
Turning the products into a business wasn't Lucas's original goal. What originated as a product for his entrepreneurship class, Charleston Cutlery, has grown into a successful small business.
The class alone really teaches him a lot of life-relevant skills. And for a lot of students, it's just a plan. It's just an idea. But for Lucas, it's an actual full-fledged running business.
He is like the first in the family to really make a business and to make an income off of his craft.
I'm trying to be 5 stores by the end of this year, and I'm trying to do 10,000 in sales also by the end of this year.
He puts in a lot of time with making relationships with businesses in town.
The Kitchen with Bob Wagner, View Tom's Charleston, and the Open Door Shop downtown. Those are all our marketers too, because they carry our boards. They try to throw out our boards out there. They post on their Instagrams, their Facebooks, their websites.
Lucas is very passionate about what he does, and that doesn't always shine through with every student that we meet. He is so dedicated to the work that he's doing.
For more information on this, go to charlestoncutlery.com. This has been Violet West reporting for Tribe Talk.
A local amusement, the Barrier Island Eco Tours finds it a beloved spot in this community. This educational boat tour takes its passengers all around the water before finally ending up on Capers Island to roam free.
Right in 1999, he who I call the boss and another friend graduated from Clemson, but both of them had grown up going out on a boat to Capers Island. And so they used a buddy's boat. They started with just 6 passengers at a time, and then in 2000 we bought the first big boat. I came on board. We were doing tourists a lot, but we started also focusing on school groups. I taught 4th grade for about 15 years, so I love the idea of a floating field trip.
In the spring and fall, we see a lot of school kids, elementary, and then the season changes and we have a lot of vacationers, pretty much coming from all over the place. And then, they're all families. You're outside, people come to work and they're in a good mood. Your clients are in a good mood because they're on vacation. And you have a unique chance to really show somebody what's out there and what's worth saving.
I mean, anyone from this area knows Charleston is exploding. Not just in the terms of tourism, but also people that are moving in. So we see nothing but growth. And with that growth, we feel an awesome responsibility to kind of make sure people realize the importance of what I jokingly say is the most easily overlooked ecosystem in the Lowcountry. Every time we go, it's something cool, something new.
This has been Tate Fowler reporting.
Hi Wanda, this is Riley Biller on this week's Sports Talk. First, congrats to our football team for winning this past Friday 28-14 versus Stratford on homecoming night. Also, great job to the cheerleading team for placing 2nd at their competition this past Saturday. Their next one is going to be this upcoming Saturday at 8 p.m. at West Ashley. Go and support our ladies. Last but not least, shout out to the cross country team for winning the Mount Pleasant Invitational this past Saturday. But today on Sports Talk, we're going to take a look at a league that has football fans on the edge.
We play in the same league. It's a work league. We both work at Platinum Sports. Even though I recently got fired, I'm still in the league.
Adam was too scared to join our league because of the punishment at the end, so he backed out.
Yeah, I'm not trying to shave my head.
The winner gets a $100 gift card to Play It Against Sports, which I actually really like because you can get a lot of stuff there.
In one of my leagues, I'm 2-0, and then the other two, I'm 1-1, but don't worry.
Like Sunday is like a religious day in my family, and we pray to the football gods.
I mean, obviously, you pick Antonio Brown.
Everybody that had any sense was going to take Antonio Brown, not this guy.
Not this guy.
Once you're out there on that drafting field, whether you're at a restaurant, at your house, on your computer, it gets pretty heated.
I think it's not as important as like your during the season trades, but like it's also important to establish for your like first week.
I'd say a simpler way to draft was to be the pick the best players, and I'll probably do it.
I mean, who won?
For our league, it's heavy on running backs, so we both took 3 running backs in the first 3 rounds.
Yep. While everybody else was going for receivers.
My strategy, it's all about bold moves. If you do the same old every week, it's not going to go well.
Unless it's going well.
You need to have like a wide receiver 1 and a running back 1 before the end of the second round. And if you don't have that, like, what are you doing?
I just made everything up. I made this guy believe that I had this strategy and researching this. I printed out some stuff, but I just looked at 3 names and picked one that I liked.
But never trade someone that you like.
Always trade someone that you like.
2 years ago, back when I won the championship, 2 years ago in the semifinal, Mr. Drayton is playing Coach Hamill from Cario, and all he's got to do is just win the game out.
I think I can win all 3 of them. I'm pretty good at fantasy football.
He scored 27 points. I lost from a kicker.
The first week I got killed by my boss's wife, and that was not fun. But I recently beat John this second week, and he got murdered, honestly.
I wouldn't really call it a rivalry because, you know, there has to be 2 sides involved.
They've won 2 championships. Just keep talking about it, man. That's all.
I mean, I've won the regular season 3 out of the last 5 years.
You want a cookie?
No, already got a trophy.
Thanks for watching, Wando, and have a great weekend.
Make sure to stay tuned for Tribe Talk Presents and follow our Snapchat at Tribe Talk WHS. I'm Tommy Fairbairn.
And I'm Jenna Solkowski, signing off.